Good evening, everyone. I'm Zora Stevenson. Patrick Quinn is on assignment. The start of high school football season is just minutes away. At midnight, the teams can finally take the field as one. They spend all summer training with lifts, workouts, and conditioning. But any coach will tell you there's nothing that compares to practice. We're talking about practice. Yes, folks, practice. And we'll have a live look at Kinston's team coming up later in the show. The Tournament of State Champions is at Elm Street Park this weekend. Greenville's very own North State continues to hold its own. These guys are good. They won their second game of the tournament today against Georgia 7-3. They play again tomorrow at 3:30. And we have a winner, folks. The 98th PGA Championship came to a close today. Texan Jimmy Walker took home his first major title. After a week full of storms, they finally got every round in. And this was the hole that sealed the deal. A little chippy, but sometimes those are the hardest ones to make, especially in a moment like this. But Walker comes through. You can see his family immediately greets him. You gotta love that. Happy times for the Walker family.
There's a lot of emotion going on out there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's tough. Felt a ton of support from the crowd and the fans, and it was amazing. It really was. It was a battle all day.
Here's how the weekend ended. Obviously, Jimmy Walker at the top. He finished 14 under, but it wouldn't be right if we didn't mention Jason Day. He finished 13 under. And some of ECU's best are back in town this week. Jeff Blake and Robert Jones, just to name a few. And then even our own Brian Bailey was there. There he is, a celebrity in his own right. And everyone's in town for Tony Collins's golf tournament. Collins was a former ECU football standout and was drafted by the Patriots. The goal this week, to raise money for kids right here in Pitt County. His foundation is giving scholarships away to kids who are going off to college.
I've made some good choices, I've made some bad choices, and now my life is all about giving back and helping people, and especially helping the students. College is expensive, and one of the things that we want to do is help these kids get through college, and not just get through it, but get through it on top, and make sure they're doing all the good things and making the good choices.
ECU moving conferences? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just say ECU, Greenville, and now the entire state wants the Pirates to jump ship and join the Big 12. The only problem here, it takes two, and you have to be invited. In the meantime, everyone who's on board is sharing their opinions. Athletic Director Jeff Comfer issued a statement last week. This week, Greenville city leaders spoke out saying the move would be great for the university and the city. And then both candidates for governor got involved. Governor Pat McCrory wrote a letter to the Big 12's commissioner. Here's part of what the letter said, and I quote, "East Carolina is positioned both institutionally and athletically to be a successful and valuable member of the Big 12 Conference. Our state has a rich tradition of public universities with both excellent and academic prowess and deep commitments to intercollegiate athletics. East Carolina University follows in that rich tradition and is prepared to strengthen that legacy." No word yet from the Big 12. Conference that ECU is actually in, the AAC. The American Athletic Conference is hosting its media day this week. Our own Brian Bailey will be there, so we'll be sure to keep you up to the minute with everything going on. Still to come on the final score. It's day 4 of Panthers training camp in Spartanburg, but who came to play today? And then high school football has officially kicked off. Well, in 3 minutes or so, Kinston High School is going to take August 1st date seriously. We'll have a live look at the Vikings practice after the break. Stay with us. What? Huh? All right, except I looked at the TV a little too... Yeah.
All right.
No worries, no worries. Let's go, PQ!
Yep. Let's just see how this goes, y'all.
Are they there yet? Oh, Patrick, this is going to come on right at the perfect time. He can't hear me, but it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, no, this is going to work out perfect. Do you see him?
No. Oh.
No, you can't see him, can you? Yeah, they're waiting on the field right now.
Oh my God.
Hey, how does this shot look? Brightness, everything.
Remember, Patrick, we're just gonna, for the questions,
Perfect.
just wait for me, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to listen to you, so on that last live, you gotta kind of toss back to me, say, you know, engage me a little bit. Say, Zora, it's awesome, or something, so I know when to ask the question.
Okay.
It's go time. Hundreds of high school students have waited all summer for the start of football season, and it's here. I'm checking my watch. It's midnight exactly, and one team is taking the August 1st start date pretty serious. The Kinston Vikings wanted to be the first team in the state to practice. Our Patrick Quinn is live in Kinston with the team. Patrick, midnight practice? Really?
Zora, you bet. Can you hear it on right behind me? Practice just started like that.
All right, we're having some technical right now with Patrick's signal, but this is some video of Kinston and their season. Last year they made it all the way to the state championship. Unfortunately, they were the runners up, but that's exactly why they came out tonight. They wanted to get geared up and ready to go for the season. So exciting times. And of course, Kinston taking the field right now at midnight, but every other team is going to practice throughout this week and tomorrow. Patrick was telling me earlier today, Havelock is having a huge thing on Friday. So a lot of different things going on with high school football, and we'll definitely have some coverage of that tomorrow. And every day of training camp is a day closer to football season. Panthers continued their work today in Spartanburg. It's day 4 of their camp. Coach Rivera says after the first couple days, fatigue starts to set in. He says a lot of people are going to have to take days off coming up. Rivera says Sunday was a successful day of practice.
I thought they did a good job pushing themselves through today. Today has been the hottest practice we've had as well. And, you know, it's been after 4 days. Tomorrow will be a great test. We'll find out exactly what we're made out of as far as practice is concerned tomorrow, because it's going to be a tough one. It really is. And but I was really proud and pleased with the way that they practiced and made it through today.
All right, we still have a lot left on this week's edition of The Final Score. Our summer series, Finding Fitness, continues. This week, Patrick Quinn introduces us to a 69-year-old tennis player. Awesome stuff. Stay with us. More of The Final Score is next. This month, we started a series highlighting people in our community who defy their age by finding fitness. We've met a 68-year-old line dance instructor, a 55-year-old three-sport athlete, and tonight we meet Mike Bowman. The 69-year-old has found fitness and family through tennis. WNCT's Patrick Quinn has his story.
Tennis has always been very good to me.
Mike Bowman was a three-time high school state champion before playing at Campbell University. Then a career, marriage, kids, life bounced in, and tennis bounced out.
I'd forgotten all about tennis.
That was until 3 years ago.
I guess I woke up out of a coma or something.
Oh, yeah.
After two of his sons excelled at high school tennis in Greenville, Mike himself, at 66 years old, picked the racket back up.
I was off at college, and he'd always be calling me and saying, like, oh, I have this match, or I lost, but my team won, or something like that. And it's really just amazing to see him back out there.
Now he's advanced to the Senior Games state finals in September.
There we go.
Mike has refound his competitive fire and is feeling more alive than ever.
I don't have a pain in my body. Haven't had one in a long time. I feel like I'm 25 right now.
It reminds him of his mom and dad, so I think it's a really heartfelt sport for him, and I guess the whole family kind of gets into it too.
The last few months, Mike's son Brett has trained with his dad.
I also get to experience time alone with my father. It's really nice, and I'll definitely cherish these moments when I'm off away from the state.
It's a bond that goes both ways.
Good match, man. Great. Love you, boy. I feel very fortunate that here late in life that I'm back playing. Maybe that'll help me live longer. I hope it will.
Game finals start August 30th in Raleigh and wrap up October 26th. For more information, just head to our website, WNCT.com. It's no longer the road to Rio, it's the road to the gold medal. That's what everyone wants, right? We're less than a week away from the official start of the Olympics. Teams have already made their way there. Teams from all over the world. Of course, I know everybody has their favorites. People probably want the gymnastics team, basketball, you know that's my favorite. The women, we cannot forget them, of course. Make sure to stay with 9 on Your Side Sports for the remainder of the month. We'll have all you need to know about the 2016 games in Rio. Of course, we talked about it before. Let's pick it back up again because it's so important. Everybody's so excited for the start of high school football. And I say tomorrow right here in the prompter, but it's actually today because it's past midnight. And while all the kids are gearing up for the start of school, high school football teams are doing the same exact thing. They want to make sure they're ready for the season. So they're starting their practices. Of course, we talked about how Kinston is starting their practice right now. Everybody else is starting their practices when it's light out, naturally, and we'll have coverage of everything from the team practices to the coaches to the players, even some behind-the-scenes stuff. So get geared up and ready to go for that coverage. Patrick will have it all tomorrow. Some other coverage that we're going to have tomorrow is the AAC. Like we said earlier in the show, Bailey will be at Media Day. That's the football teams of the American Conference. So we're really excited about that. And then we end with NFL training camps. They're in full gear, of course. We talked about Panthers, and teams are getting ready for the upcoming season. But one team took time out for something way more important than football, and that's why it's my favorite play of the week. Yesterday, the Dallas Cowboys walked onto their practice field arm in arm with Dallas mayor, police chief, and family members from 4 out of the 5 police officers who were gunned down earlier this month. All were invited to attend training camp, and both the mayor and police chief say it was the perfect gesture. Sometimes you just need something to get your mind off things.
We went through a terrible one a few weeks ago. This, hopefully, is a mythic moment to take us to the next level. And as I reminded the team today that they'll always be the Cowboys, but this year, play for Dallas like they've never played before.
Alrighty, first class act for sure. That's all we have for the final score. See you guys next week.